Right, welcome. Got some good news for Dune. Hopefully, a lot of people will just say this is PR spin, and I'd have to agree. I mean, for sure, there could be some PR spin behind it. We're going to talk about the trailer and what the cast have been saying about it. It all sounds very positive, but then on the flip side of that, you can see where there's not some PR spin because the director has come out and said stuff which could be quite worrying as well with respect to the timeline. So, shit sandwich, I guess. Bit good, bit bad. We'll see. But I'm really looking forward to Dune. I know a lot of people aren't, but personally, I really like DUNE. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. I think this is going to be good. But basically, Dune star Zendaya has announced that she's blown away by the trailer for Denis Villeneuve's incredible sci-fi film. Which is, I mean, that's good news, isn't it? I mean, but what else was she going to say? Of course she was going to say it. Now, there's a few things I think to kind of dive into with this. I think primarily, people have seen the trailer. Trailer's done. We're going to get it soon. I think so. It's not been delayed either, as per Denis' comments. So I would imagine we are actually going to be getting the trailer soon. Maybe a month. Give it a month, maybe a month or two, something along those lines. I can't see why not. So, yeah, it all sounds very, very interesting. Now, the source to this is In Style. Don't know who they are, don't care. But they spoke with Zendaya, basically. So, no one knows exactly when the trailer for Denis Villeneuve's Dune will drop. But when it does, it sounds like fans will be blown away by what they see. Zendaya, who has a small part in the sci-fi film, recently had the chance to view the trailer and couldn't help but gush about what she saw. Now, if the cast have seen the trailer, it means it's coming out soon. So, like, it's one of those, you know, deductions, right? You know, you deduce from it all. It's a sort of educated guess. Cast don't normally get to see the trailer until it's pretty much good to go. So this will be coming very soon. I'd be very surprised because they've got to remember how secretive they've been on this film. Very secretive. So yeah, they're not going to let the cast just go and view a trailer if it's not going to be coming out anytime soon. So basically, she said Dune was incredible, the actress boasted to In Style. I wasn't in it very much, so when I was watching the trailer, I was like, oh my gosh. I called Timothée Chalamet, who stars in it, and said, dude, you should be proud. It is a big deal to even be a small part of something with such a massive cast, and I love sci-fi stuff too. It's fun to escape into another world. So, pretty small sort of comments there. I mean, there's not much else to go into, is there, really? I mean, one, she's not in it that much. That seems to contradict some previous comments. Because we had heard that she was going to be in it a lot. And we were going to view a lot through her eyes. Yeah. I find that surprising. I don't know whether this is contradictory or not. But surprising nonetheless. And obviously, you know, where she fits into it, she shouldn't really have a massive part, right? But we'd heard that she did. We heard that she would. We heard that there would be a lot through her eyes. And that it would set up, what was it, the Sisterhood? Was it the Sisterhood? All of the Bene Gesserit witches and stuff like that. Yeah, it was Dune, the Sisterhood. So we'd heard that she would be pivotal about that, but no, it doesn't sound like it. So maybe a lot of people can be happy about this. I don't know. I wouldn't know whether you guys think that's a good thing or a bad thing. It seems to contradict what we'd heard. I will say this though, because she's not in it a lot, maybe we're still going to get a lot of narration, you know, through her eyes potentially, which was some of the leaks. So what do you think of that? And also, what's your hot prediction for when we're going to get the trailer? There's a little bit more news. We're going to dive into that, but I want to ask my questions before we do. For me personally, it's rare that the cast will get to see the trailer and have the opportunity to talk about it too long before the public does. So I can imagine that we're probably going to get stuff from... Well, I think we're going to get the trailer soon. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. So please do let me know what you think down below in the comments. And are you even looking forward to Dune? You know, like we're getting... we're getting Tenet, right? So Tenet is going to be the big case study It's a massive blockbuster film. It's a Christopher Nolan huge blockbuster film. It is out in less than 10 days now in the UK. I've spoken to my neighbours. Are you going to go see it? Yeah, I'm going to go see it. Do you mind the coronavirus? No, I don't mind. So there seems to be a bubbling surge in the UK at the very least of people that want to go out and watch it. And that's, it's being released in the UK, so that kind of makes sense. They're sort of following the pattern of the public. But does it concern you? Are you going to watch Dune? I mean, it's out in, December? November, December? So would you want to watch Dune, knowing that it's out quite far away, but still with the current, issues in the world, the health problems? Would you watch it? Let me know down below in the comment section. And does this excite you? Does this get you amped? For me, I'm amped anyway, so I'm pretty happy about this. Now, the other news, like I said, because this could be considered to be PR spin, right? Definitely could be PR spin. The other news sounds definitely not like PR spin. It actually sounds quite bad. And this is where I think they just cancel one another out nicely. So, DUNE spoke to IndieWire and said the following. This is at the Shanghai International Film Festival. The SIF, or SIF, I guess. But he said, I was planning to go back and shoot some elements later because I wanted to readjust the movie. Time was a luxury that I had, and I didn't know that it would be a pandemic. So when the virus hit North America, as we were about to go back to do those elements, the impact was that it crushed my schedule right now. So what does that mean? Does it mean that he's not been able to do the reshoots that he wanted? Kind of does. It will be a sprint to the finish. It will be a sprint to finish the movie on time right now because we were allowed to go back to shoot those elements in a few weeks. So basically saying, I couldn't do it when I wanted to. We're now going to go back. But it also adds more time onto the production overall. I mean, that's not good. That's not good at all. But it can be really, really good if those reshoots are very, very well thought out. Like, that scene's not good. We must go and do that one scene. Because in doing that one scene or that one element, everything else can still be in the edit bay, getting color corrected, getting graded, sound design, everything, to then just have one scene slot in and finish up at the last minute. So I don't think this is necessarily terrible news, and I do think that there's a way to explain it, but it's not massively encouraging. But it is when you pair it up with the trailer, which was overtly positive. They cancel one another out nicely. I think I've been blurry this whole time, sorry. Anyway, so he continues further and says, it also meant that I have to finish some elements of the movie, like VFX and the editing, being in Montreal, as my crew stayed in LA. With my editor sharing equipment, being afar from one another, but I realise how much editing is like playing music with someone, and you need to be in the same room. That doesn't sound positive, does it? There's something about the interaction, human interaction, the spontaneity, the energy in the room. I really miss not being in the room as my editor. It's very, very painful. Again, good news, bad news. It's not good news, is it? Like, this is not good news. It sounds like he's a very pragmatic guy, though. He's like, yeah, look, this has happened. Shit happens. We had the luxury of time. We don't have it anymore. We're just going to have to try it along. We just have to push ahead. We're just going to crack on and deal with it. And then it's interesting, isn't it, how very clearly COVID-19 has been affecting people. Even in the edit bay. We can't sit in the same room anymore. That's what they're saying to people, which is it's a shame, isn't it? That sucks. That's not cool. But to me, paired up with the Zendaya trailer comments, this is good news. I don't see this as being negative. I see it as just being very honest, very open, which he does seem to be anyway. He spoke about Blade Runner 2049, Ridley Scott helping him and things like this. I think this is good. I think the Zendaya comment shows that the trailer is going to be dropped soon. I think the fact that he's, was able to shoot certain elements here and there goes to show that the edit bay was still happening when he was shooting. And then he's come back and is kind of, re-editing into it as well. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. I love covering Dune on this channel. I really am excited for it. It's one of the movies that I'm really amped for. A lot of people just say I mindlessly hate on movies and things like that, but I'm really excited for Dune. It just captures a special part of my imagination that I want to see fulfilled. So I'll hand it on over to you. What do you think? Let me know down below. If you are new here, please do hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Thank you all so much for watching there, guys. I have been Mr. H. Take care.